Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile. Onye ọbụla anyị a na-azọpụta. Onye ọbụla naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise, ise, ise.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mosho Sinachi, you are looking for the cap. That cap is not a Fulani cap, okay? The cap is not a Fulani cap, and I can wear it anytime I like, any day, depending on how I wish. I wear any cap I want. If you have any special cap for me that you want to give me as a gift, it's all welcome. You can send it across. But the cap I'm using, I bought it myself. It's not a Fulani cap, okay? So don't be confused. Focus. Don't be a distraction. Thank you for joining wherever you are joining from. I appreciate everybody have joined. I thank everybody who is participating. I thank Gosinachi, who is always coming to join. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you all for connecting. Everybody have joined. Please share the video to all platforms. Share it to family and friends. Today we are going to discuss about a very important issue. But as usual, before we go into our discussion, we have to sing our national anthem. And again, after the national anthem, we hear prayer from our Supreme Leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Then from there, we can now proceed to the message of today. Let's hear the national anthem.
Good evening and good night to some of you. This is a very special broadcast, and of course, we must pray. And prayer we must, this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwukika is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile Chukwukika bịa onye na-efe na aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị ndụ n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbagba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise, ise, ise.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, wonderful Biafrans, wherever you are joining from, lovers of freedom, anyone that is watching me, wherever you are watching from. If you are watching from Biafra land, you're watching from any part of Africa, you're watching from Europe, you're watching from America, Australia, or Canada. I thank you very much for joining. I appreciate everybody who has joined this program, wherever you are joining from, regardless your country, regardless your religion, regardless your location. I appreciate you, and I say, may Shukwu be my guide and protect you, and give you the wisdom and knowledge to pay attention and grab one or two things from what I'm about to say. I've come here today not to play around or not to joke or not to talk against somebody or whatever. I am here today to preach the gospel. That same gospel that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given us charge to preach, and also to debunk the lies that are being peddled. There are a lot of lies flying. If you can remember, I told you in my last message of last year that in 2022, there will be more lies. I told you that in 2022, there will be more lies. More lies are going to come. Many people are going to be lying. There will be more lying. There will be more blackmail. There will be more killing. There will be more destruction. That I said. I said it in my lies broadcast in 2021. And today you can see that everything is now playing out. Those lies and the blackmails are now coming out one after the other. They are coming out. And we cannot be silent. This is why we have to come online on a daily basis to continue to debunk every lie that the Janjaweed government are pushing against our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu. You know that our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu, who was kidnapped in Kenya and sent to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition, he is still in DSS today and is being tortured in DSS even as you are watching this video. As you are sitting in your comfort zone and watching this video, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the hand of the DSS, suffering every blessed day, every minute. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no freedom. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no peace. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not well where he is. That is the obvious truth. That is obvious truth. And the Janjaweed is trying by all means possible to see that they continue to push lies, against our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, against IPOB, against the ESN. And those lies are the lies that we cannot be able to afford to keep silent when we see them. We cannot be able to keep silent when we see them. Recently, before I go into the main broadcast, you saw the most of you who are online, who are very conversant on what is happening on social media. You can see the news that broke out that the Vanguard is spreading a false news, and also Sahara Reporter of all people, controlled by Showore. Showore should know better. Showore should know better and redirect his attention on what is right and follow the truth. These people are pushing wrong narrative, saying that a member of ESN was killed when he was trying to invade the home of a traditional ruler. Somebody was killed trying to attack the home of a traditional ruler, and they named that person an ESN member. And their conventional media is helping them to capitalize on this and push it out. Vanguard reported it. Sahara Reporter reported it. When has Sahara Reporter become a security office to investigate and know what is going on? How did they investigate to know that the person that was killed is a member of ESN? How? ESN has no duty in the cities. They have never had any duty in the cities. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu established ESN to secure Biafra land, and their duty has always been in the bushes. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it time and time again that the duty of the ESN is in the bushes, not in the street. But today, you see Vanguard newspaper and Sahara Reporter reporting that a member of ESN was killed while trying to invade the home of a traditional ruler in the southeast, in Biafra land, which is a lie, a blatant lie. I told you that they are going to intensify in their propaganda and their blackmail this year, and they have started it. They started even using Sahara Reporter of all people. You see every time when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to call, you see Showore coming out there. Why must Showore allow his own media to begin to report falsehood against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Why must Sahara Reporter be reporting false information against an establishment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whom every one of us know that is innocent? Why must they be peddling that lie against a security outfit that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu established to protect the southeastern region? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it very clear that the duty of ESN is in the bushes and not in the street. He made it very clear. And since mazi Nnamdi Kanu established ESN up to this very date, they have been in the bushes fighting against the terrorists. They are not fighting against the ordinary people. They are not fighting against the ordinary people who are in the city. It doesn't matter even if you are a Fulani. It doesn't matter if you are outside. It doesn't matter your tribe. As long as you are in our city, ESN has no business with you. As long as you are in our city, ESN has nothing to do with you. ESN has only duty in the bushes to fight against the terrorists, the Fulani Janjaweed, who are killing our mothers and raping our women in the bushes, stopping our farmers from farming. That is the duty of ESN. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it very clear in his broadcast when he launched ESN. The broadcast is still there. You can take your time to go and listen to the broadcast Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made before he launched ESN. Why is it that these people will never stop peddling their own lies? Why would Vanguard come out and begin to demonize ESN once again, to say that ESN went to the home of a traditional ruler to invade the home of a traditional ruler and that person was killed? Now they name it ESN. They have started with their propaganda. They have started. Even Sahara Reporter of all people, Sahara Reporter of all people who's supposed to know better, why more Sahara Reporter join the issue of reporting that ESN went to the home of a traditional ruler to go and invade? Somebody was killed and you named that person ESN. How did you conduct your investigation? How did a dead man tell you that he or she is a member of ESN? How? When has Sahara Reporter and Vanguard become the investigative office to begin to verify and investigate who committed an offense and who did not commit? How did they come to the conclusion that it was members of ESN that invaded the home of a traditional ruler in Biafran land? These are the propaganda I was telling you about. They have started very early. They have started very early using their media. They are going to use even your most trusted media. The person you trust most is going to betray you. In this 2022, they are going to use even the person you trust most to fight against the struggle that we are in. They will use your brother. They will use your sister. They will use your best friend. They can even use your father and your mother to fight against this very struggle in 2022. That is why I said that we have to be mentally strong. Every Biafran have to double their effort. You have to double your effort. Everything you are doing, you have to double it. This is not the time to sit back. 2022 is not the time to joke. 2022 is not the time to play. The Janjaweed government are going to intensify on the attack, knowing fully well that 2022 is the last year they have to achieve their mission. The last year they have to dip their Quran into the Atlantic Ocean and Fulanize Nigeria and also Islamize Nigeria. It is 2022. That is the last chance they have, using their imposter, who is representing the late Muhammadu Buhari. And they want to do it by all means possible. I warned about it on my last message when we were entering 2022. Now you can see it playing out. This is the last chance they have. And they will do everything possible to accomplish their mission. Fulanis are not joking. They are not like you in the southern part of Nigeria. Those of us from the southern part of Nigeria, we are sleeping. Those of us from the southern part of Nigeria, we are sleeping and pretending because of what we eat. It is not the same with the Fulanis. They have one single agenda. That very agenda that Othman Danfodio has given them, they are pursuing it by all means possible, and they want to achieve it in this year 2022. And as you can see, they have started their propaganda. They have started their propaganda. Don't forget that our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to court this month. Our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be going to court this month on 18th, 19th, and 20th of this month. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be in court. How many weeks more? And they have started their propaganda. They have started their propaganda using their media, telling us that ESN attacked the home of a traditional ruler. A blatant lie. I told you they're going to come, and they're already coming. They didn't stop at that. They were also saying in their writing that Biafrans are no longer sitting at home. Sahara Reporter and Vanguard are reporting that Biafrans are no longer sitting at home. They are no longer interested in sitting at home. They are no longer talking about the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That none of them is willing to pay any price for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu anymore. This is what Sahara Reporter and Vanguard is reporting. Trying to take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out of the picture. Trying to make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu irrelevant. They have started. And I told you they were going to use their media. Sahara Reporter of all people. When did Sahara Reporter go to the southeastern part of Nigeria to investigate? Which video shows us that there is no seat at home in Biafra land? That people are not talking about the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu anymore. You see the reason why we are asking for a massive civil disobedience. You see the reason why we are asking that every hand should be on deck. Every single Biafran should stand up and continue to embark on this very sit at home. Continue to embark on this. They have started. They have started. Remember, mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to court on 18th, 19th, and 20th. They have started early to prepare. You that you call yourself a Biafran fighting for mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what are you doing? I have never seen any preparation that we're making towards the court of mazi Nnamdi Kanu yet. I am talking about the masses. Let alone the lawyer. Leave the lawyers alone. Lawyers are going to do whatever they want to do. Lawyers are preparing on the oil. But you, the masses, the ordinary people, individuals, what are you doing to prepare yourself for the court of mazi Nnamdi Kanu on 18, 19, and 20? The ordinary people. It is you and I that will release mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I say it and say it again. The civil disobedience that we embark on is what is going to release mazi Nnamdi Kanu, nothing else. The Janjaweed government have started with their blackmail very, very early. They are trying to make mazi Nnamdi Kanu irrelevant in the southeastern part of Nigeria. That is why Sahara Reporter and Vanguard are reporting that people are no longer sitting at home, that people are no longer talking about the issue of mazi Nnamdi Kanu in southeastern part of Nigeria, in Biafra land. That people don't care anymore. That people are not willing to make any sacrifice again for mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is what they are reporting on Vanguard and Sahara Reporter. Go and check it up. Biafrans are sleeping. Biafrans are still sleeping. Those who are supposed to fight for mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB members and leadership, are still sleeping. Knowing fully well that our supreme leader mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to court on 18, 19, and 20, you are supposed to prepare yourself and begin to fight from now. The Janjaweed have started their own fight. They have started their propaganda and blackmail. They have started already projecting some kind of wrong information to paint mazi Nnamdi Kanu wrong, to make mazi Nnamdi Kanu irrelevant. You and I know that the only voice that the masses in the southeastern part of Nigeria, in Biafra land, the masses in Biafra land are hearing are the voice of mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is very clear that 99.9% of people in Biafra land are hearing the voice of mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even those who are pretending not to follow him, they are hearing his voice and they are following. But today, you can see they have started the attack, trying to make mazi Nnamdi Kanu irrelevant. Remember their political solution. They said before they can be able to do anything, a political solution, the Attorney General of the Federation said they are going to weigh, check and balance and see the situation. They were going to check the reaction of the people before they will do anything. Now they are trying to balance that reaction. They have already started planning towards the reaction. They are using their media to tell you that people no longer sit at home, to tell you that people no longer talk about mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Biafra land, to tell you that people are no longer interested in the issue of mazi Nnamdi Kanu. People are going about their businesses. This is what their media is reporting. They are already blackmailing mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and you that you call yourself a Biafran fighting for mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are sleeping. You are sleeping. You don't know what is going on. You are still waiting. You are still waiting till 2 days to the time before you begin to know what to do. The Janjaweed government have started early. They have started their blackmail. They are blackmailing ESM. Somebody who was killed, a criminal was killed trying to go into the home of a traditional ruler. They say the person is an ESM member. A dead criminal, you are telling me that that person is an ESM member. How the Sahara Reporter and Vanguard investigate to know that that person is an ESM member? How? They didn't stop at that. They are telling us that people are no longer sitting at home on Monday and on Sunday. When it is very clear, we are still getting videos privately. We are still getting information on the ground that people are sitting at home on Sundays and on Monday. And the whole Biafra land, the whole southeastern region. When I say southeastern region, I mean the old southeastern region, the south and the southwest and the lower Benue. They are still today talking about the issue of mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they are still in solidarity with mazi Nnamdi Kanu, sitting at home on Sunday and Monday. But these people have started their propaganda, sending propaganda out against the court of mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you that you call yourself a Biafran, fighting for mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are silent. You are not doing anything. You think it is business as usual. You are still sleeping. You are still sleeping. I told you they are going to start this year earlier than you expect, and they will do more. There will be more propaganda. There will be more blackmail. There will be more attack. More people will be killed. A lot of evil is going to happen this year, and they have started. The blackmail have started using the people who are close to you. If they tell you that Sowore, who controls Sahara Reporter, we allow Sahara Reporter to be reporting such kind of evil against the Biafrans, when he knows very well that mazi Nnamdi is about to go to court on 18, 19, and 20. And you are allowing your media to report evil about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, report evil about a security outfit that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have established. How did you investigate to know that the people that were captured are people, the person that was killed is a member of ESN? How? How did you come to that conclusion? When you get to the court of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you will appear at the court of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in solidarity. And now you allow your media to begin to report evil against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Biafrans, you have to wake up. Share this video to all platforms. Share it video. Share it to all platforms. Share it to every platform you belong. Any group, any WhatsApp group below, share this video. Let people begin to speak up about this very issue. It is high time Biafrans will have to wake up. Everybody has to add their voice and debunk this evil. Debunk this evil. It is you and I that will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I said it again. You and I will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is the masses. The masses, what we do will determine if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be free or not. As I have always said, those who are calling about political solution can never have effect except we, the masses, continue to hold on what we are holding and continue to stand strong. Political solution can never work. The Attorney General of the Federation have come to tell you that they are going to check and balance. They are going to weigh the reaction of the people. They will check the reaction of the people before they can be able to look into the issue of political solution. It is only when they have balanced and check the reaction of the people, that is the only time they will begin to talk about the issue of political solution. And they have started early. They have started early, using their media to tell us that the people in the Southeastern region no longer care about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Vanguard and Sahara Reporter are being used. Before you know it, Channel Television and the rest of them we key in, and they will begin to push out that information. They will begin to dish out that wrong information. That Biafran land, that people don't care about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone. That people are no longer in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That people are no longer talking about it. But these idiots who are reporting can see it very clear that more people are even in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Some of you who were watching during the time of the New Year, you saw Reverend Father Mbaka in his adoration ground called for prayer for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the whole crowd roared. When the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was mentioned in adoration ministry, you saw the whole crowd roar. Everybody shouted. Everybody prayed for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You saw recently again in one of the Reverend Fathers that made his own message also, who said that he is the solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the whole crowd followed up. After seeing all these things, Sahara Reporter and Vanguard will still come out and tell us that people are not still yet in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that people are no longer following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do you know how they will know? This is what we are calling for: civil disobedience. Civil disobedience. That is the only way the whole world will see that everybody is in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to court on 18th, 19th, and 20th. This is the time we have to come out in masses to show solidarity. This is the time we have to make them activate that very political solution that some people are talking about. That political solution, which the liars, which politicians who are deceivers, which they want to use to deceive us, we are going to force them to implement that political solution. And how are we going to force them? The only way we can force that political solution to take place is by civil disobedience. Massive. Let this coming Sunday and Monday, this coming Sunday and on Monday, let it be the greatest and the highest civil disobedience I have seen ever. Let there be a massive sit at home to change the narrative that the media are preparing to send out. They are already preparing to send out the narrative, knowing fully well that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to court very soon. They are preparing in full force to be able to send out those narratives. And you are silent. You that claim to love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you claim to be part of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you claim to be follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and today you are seeing what is happening. You are seeing what is happening, and you are silent. It is you and I that will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let us stop waiting for anybody. There is no leadership anywhere that will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is no lawyer anywhere can do anything without we, the masses, playing our role very well. We have to prepare and prepare on time. The Janjaweed have started already. The Janjaweed have started already. They have started already dishing out all their plans. They have started their blackmailing ESN. When you know that every blackmail against ESN is blackmail against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are still fishing for evidence against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have used their stooge, Hope Uzodinma. They use Hope Uzodinma, and Hope Uzodinma himself have been exposed more than ever. Now they are embarking on media war to use their media to push propaganda to tell you that people are no longer obeying the civil disobedience on behalf of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that people are no longer in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. People are no longer willing to sit at home because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that people want to go about their businesses. A lie in a broad daylight. We see all these lies and we are silent. Is it not yet time for Biafrans to begin to shout and cry and begin to act the way they are supposed to act? You don't have to wait for anybody. It is not time to wait. We have to start early. The Janjaweed have started their propaganda already. As you're watching this video, the propaganda have started. What are you doing? What are you doing? How many weeks for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go to court? It's barely 2 weeks for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to appear in court. About 2 weeks' time, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be in court. They have started dishing out their propaganda against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, blackmailing ESN. And you are there sitting in your comfort zone. Sitting in your comfort zone. As you are watching this video in your comfort zone, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in DSS, facing the same problem that you have been told. That's something that the lawyers came out to tell you, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being punished in DSS. He's facing torture. They deny him food most of the time. It is still going on. The same fate is still going on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And they are not stopping at that. Now they have intensified in their blackmail to make sure that they see a reason to throw away the political solution that they are talking about. Even when we know that they don't want to implement it. The politicians have been lying and lying and lying, and they will never say the truth. But you and I, we force them. We will force them by themselves. We will force Asorock to call for political solution by what we do. Every civil disobedience you do in South Nigeria affects Nigeria. If anybody is telling you that sit at home in South Nigeria, in Biafra land doesn't affect Nigeria, that person is a blatant liar. Anybody that tells you that sit at home in Biafra land doesn't affect Nigeria is a deceiver. Is a deceiver and a killer of his own people. Civil disobedience is the greatest weapon that we have had. The weapon is working much more effective than you can ever imagine. But today, they are forcing us to let go of that very civil disobedience. Biafrans, you have to wake up. You have to wake up. It is you and I that will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is no leadership anywhere that will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No lawyer on their own that will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody except you and I. It is what the ordinary people do. The civil disobedience that we embark on. How serious we are. Continue on the civil, add more days. Sunday and Monday. And the economic sanction on the contraption called Nigeria. Those are the things that will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Until we make the Nigerian Janjaweed government to realize that it is more costly to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in captivity than to leave him outside, it is going to be difficult. Until we make the Janjaweed government realize that it is more costly to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in captivity than to leave him outside. That is the only time they will free him. And how are we going to do that? We will make them know that holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is costly by embarking on a massive civil disobedience that have never been seen before. Starting from now. Before the court of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, every Monday, every Sunday that comes before that court has to be a massive civil disobedience that they have never been seen before. If you want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be free. The Attorney General of the Federation have given the expo already. He said that before they can implement the issue of political solution, before they can release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through political solution, that they are going to weigh, check and balance the situation. They are going to check the reaction of the people, mainly the reaction of the Biafran people. And today, they have already started pushing propaganda. They are already telling the people that Biafrans don't care about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu anymore. They are using their media to tell the people that Biafrans don't care about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu anymore. So, the Attorney General of the Federation should forget about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in jail. They are now spreading the news, now permitting the Janjaweed to go ahead and do whatever they want to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to continue to detain him. You that you call yourself a Biafran, who care about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Will you be silent and allow that to happen? Are we going to allow that to happen? Are we going to allow our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to continue to remain in captivity? God forbid. I say, God forbid. Biafrans have to wake up. And if you refuse to wake up, I tell you, Chukwu Okike Abiama will raise stone. He will raise stone to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If Biafrans refuse to rise up now, if they refuse to rise up, Chukwu Okike will raise stone to Lisbon, and every one of you who is in the position to rise up and you never rise up, you will pay on with your own life. You will pay with your life, and your generation and unborn generation will be wiped out, and you will pay with it. It is high time you redeem yourself. Every single Biafran have to wake up to redeem himself. We have to wake up to redeem ourselves, redeem our generation. If you have something to do for the freedom of Mazi and Ghana, for the civil disobedience, if you have something to contribute to make sure that the civil disobedience takes effect and you're not doing it, Chukwu Okike will never forgive you. Chukwu Okike will never forgive you. If you have a role to play to make sure that the civil disobedience sitting at home on Sunday and on Monday take effect and you refuse to do it, Chukwu Okike will not forgive you. You and your family and your generation will pay for it. Because you are one of those making sure that Mazi and Ghana is not released. It is clear. It is very, very clear. You see, they have started pushing their propaganda. After they have tried to use Hope Uzodinma tried to use Hope against Asorock Mazi and Kanu. Hope Uzodinma saw that his fellow criminal have exposed him. His fellow criminal have exposed him. He couldn't be able to hold it again. Hope Uzodinma that came out and told us that he was going to name the people who are sponsoring insecurity in Imo State. That he's going to name people who are sponsoring the ESN in Imo State. That he was going to name them on Tuesday. Did you see any name? Did you hear any broadcast from Hope Uzodinma? Did you hear any broadcast? Hope Uzodinma, who was boasting that he's going to show us people who are in charge of, who are causing the insecurity in Biafra land. On that Tuesday, what did you see? Instead of doing the needful, Hope Uzodinma came out, he was begging his fellow criminal, Rochas Okorocha. He came out and he was begging Rochas Okorocha after Rochas Okorocha have exposed him. I want you to watch a video of the revelation that the so-called idiot who claimed that he was going to show us, the people who are in charge of the insecurity. I will show you the video he did. This was how he showed us the people who are in charge of the insecurity in the southeastern part of Nigeria.
I have said it times without number. I have no personal grounds with anybody. All of you who know me well in Imo State, I tried one time or the other to contest election. In some cases I won. In some cases I did not win. And when I didn't win, I left back for my businesses. When I won, I served the people with all my heart. I have many former governors in Imo State. I have Governor Ashiku Denwa. I have Governor Ike Yohakim. Former governor. Okorocha, former governor. But none of them wants to take the whole state as a private property. The difference between the other former governors and Okorocha is that he is out of office, but he still wants to be in office. Okorocha is a younger brother to me. I'm older than him. If not anything, traditionally, I deserve to be respected by him. I don't want to join issues with him. Let him just know that he's no longer the governor. And for the short period I will be here, God's willing, he should allow me to answer the governor I am.
Did you see? This was how he announced people. He said he will announce the people that are in charge of the insecurity in Imo State. This is a man who has been making noise and boasting that he was going to release the name of those who are in charge of insecurity in Imo State. He came out on that broadcast. He was begging his fellow criminal, Rochas Okorocha. He was begging Rochas Okorocha to allow him run the affairs in Imo State. Are you surprised why he could not be able to name those who are responsible? He wasn't able to name those who are responsible because he himself is responsible for the insecurity in Imo State. Hope Uzodinma is responsible for the insecurity, the killings that are happening in Imo State. The unknown gunmen that we are talking about is being sponsored by Hope Uzodinma, sponsored by the federal government through the Hope Uzodinma. And it was because his fellow criminal, Rochas Okorocha know him better than he knows himself. Rochas Okorocha came to reveal some secret about him. Rochas Okorocha tried to remind him of his history, how he started his life. Some of us tend to forget. Rochas Okorocha came to remind him his history, how he started his life. Then he became afraid. He was not bold to play the role that Janjaweed gave him. He couldn't be able to frame IPOB or frame Mazi anymore. Now he's begging Rocha Sokorocha, his fellow criminal. Some of us forget that this very Hope Uzodinma that you're seeing is a born criminal. A born criminal. Hope Uzodinma was an armed robber before. And it is not a propaganda. It is not a propaganda. Go and make your verification, make your inquiries. Ask people from Imo State. Go and check people from Imo State who have updates. Hope Uzodinma that you are watching is a criminal. An armed robber, condemned armed robber who was supposed to be facing the firing squad. But he escaped it. He escaped it through the fraud and criminality in Nigeria. He escaped. Hope Uzodinma was arrested in Imo State in armed robbery. He was supposed to face a firing squad. But Hope Uzodinma escaped it through some fraudulent officials and some traditional rulers. You see the kind of people they are presenting as your leaders. A criminal, a former criminal. And Rocha Sokorocha knows about that information. Rocha Sokorocha have that detail. He dare not try Rocha Sokorocha. Instead, he came out to beg. You see people laughing and clapping. This man you see, Hope Uzodinma, used to be a criminal, armed robber, condemned armed robber. He escaped. After he escaped from the death penalty, then he ran to Lagos and joined fraudsters. It was from fraudsters, ordinary fraudsters, he joined. Then he now met the upgraded fraudsters, which are the politicians. The upgraded fraudsters in Nigeria, who are the politicians, they're now introducing into politics. What does that tell you? You see the reason why we are calling for a breakup of that country called Nigeria. The people who are running the politics of Nigeria are all criminals. Bunch of criminals from A to Z. And their record are there. They are all criminals. And this is why the Janjaweed government is able to manipulate them. The Fulani knows their record very well. Fulani know that Rocha Sokorocha is a criminal, a fraudster. Fulani knows that Hope Uzodinma escaped death penalty. He was an armed robber. They know very well, and they have the record. You see why you can never have a sensible person to run affairs in the southeastern part of Nigeria, in Biafran. Not only in Biafran, among every other governor you can see that is running affairs in the regional side. This is how the Janjaweed pinpoint people that run affairs in your country. This is how the Janjaweed pick people whom you are calling politicians today. All the people you are celebrating as a politician, that is how they select them. They will check their background and their record. All of them have a criminal record. It's either they are fraudsters, they are 419 in the past, or they have killed. They have murder case in their head. As that of Hope Uzodinma is very, very clear and open, and the world knows it. If you don't know about it, take your time to go and make inquiry about it. Take your time. Ask people from Imo State. Hope Uzodinma used to be an armed robber. He escaped. Tell me, why would a government, a sensible government, why would a sensible government allow a criminal, an ex-convict who escaped death penalty, who have killed, how can they allow him to run for governorship? Imo State people rejected him. That was why he came forth. And yet, they went to court to impose that criminal upon the state. Now, do you see the reason why they chose Hope Uzodinma to run affairs in Imo State? Do you see the reason why Hope Uzodinma will continue to do everything that the Janjaweed tell him to do? Now you know. Now you see the reason why Hope Uzodinma will go and demand for an aircraft, demand for a jet fighter to bomb and kill his own people. It is now becoming clearer than ever. It is now becoming clearer than ever. And people are just going about their businesses as if nothing is happening. This is why every sensible person from the southern part of Nigeria has to wake up and begin to call for the breakup of this contraction, because the contraction, if you don't break it up, it will definitely break you. There is no two ways about it. If you don't break it up, it will break you. You will pay with your life. It is not just Hope Uzodinma. Every other politician you see in that contract called Nigeria, this is how they check them. This is that they had a pick, mainly in the southern part of Nigeria. This is how they pick the politicians. Look at the person you are preparing now to be your president, Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was a drug baron. A drug baron, convicted in the United States and deported. But today you see them trying to cage him, you see them trying to make him again. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a criminal. It is not because I'm saying it. A Yoruba man have come to speak about the issue of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Tomorrow I'm going to do a video and play the video of Bode George. I will play the video of Bode George tomorrow to show you the Bola Ahmed Tinubu that they are preparing today to be the president in Nigeria. A criminal, another criminal. And Fulani knows very well that he's a criminal. That is why they will always support him. Fulanis will never support any sensible person from the southern part of Nigeria. Never. Fulani, they can never support anybody that does not have any criminal record. Fulani will never support any man that doesn't have criminal record in the southern part of Nigeria. Fulani will never support him. More especially in Biafra land. Fulani will never support anybody that doesn't have any criminal record in politics. They won't. They will only support the criminal so that they can be able to manipulate them. They can be able to use them to destroy their people. Now you know why Hope Uzodinma can come boldly and boast that he's going to bomb a place. A governor. Have you ever seen any governor come out to boast that he's going to bomb a particular place or particular people? Have you ever heard before? Have you ever seen any governor anywhere or even a president come out to say that he's going to bomb a place? No. But it was only Hope Uzodinma. Hope Uzodinma came out proudly and said that he was going to bomb places in Imo State. He doesn't care because he has been killing. An armed robber who has killed in the past. What does he make? Now that he has the power, he is now legally permitted to kill. And that is why he's killing. Killing mainly even in his own town. Killing his own people. Killing traditional rulers. A governor boasting that he's going to bomb a place. I want to play the video for you once again, for you to see how evil and how confident this man has, how devilish he is to be able to make such comment.
Even actually me bomb by 2 times. He said kids zengara almost school non sodia. Apatam. The next one, I'm going to get a bomb by the place. Nke knows one times that bundle. I won't know them there. When I hop off from there. Kenona Njaba lawyer and cause hop off from there.
Did you hear a state governor? A state governor openly saying that he's going to bomb his own people. That personally he has gone there and he saw that there's a school there. The next time he goes there, whether school or no school, that he's going to bomb the area. And he did. He did bomb the area. He's still bombing. Even as you're watching me, Hope Uzodinma is still killing people in Imo State. Are you surprised why he's doing that? He is doing that because Hope Uzodinma himself is playing the script of Janjaweed, and the Janjaweed have told him what to do. And he cannot get away from it because they have his record. They know he's an ex-convict. They have a record that can put him away for the rest of his life. He knows that. And that is the way they are holding every other person, including Rochas Okorocha. The Janjaweed have his record. They know that Rochas Okorocha is a fraudster. They know. Including most of the politicians and the governors you see in the southeastern part of Nigeria, in Biafra land. Not only southeast, in the whole of Biafra land, in the whole of southern part of Nigeria. Every single politician you see, they have their black book. They have their record. That is why you see them, they can't speak. Sometimes you are surprised. Why is it that somebody that who you are appointed to represent you in the Senate is not speaking up for your own people? You are surprised. Why is it that the senators are not asking for self-determination? Why is it that the senators in the southern part of Nigeria, knowing fully well that the whole southern part of Nigeria are crying out for self-determination, why are they not acting for it? It is because that they are all fraudsters. And the Janjaweed have their record. The Janjaweed have any other record. They have no choice than to obey. And they will continue to sell out. This is where we find ourselves. But for you, Biafran, the Biafrans are the one championing the freedom of the indigenous people in the country of Nigeria. It is Biafrans that are championing this. Every indigenous tribe in the country of Nigeria is in a mess. Not only Biafra, every indigenous tribe. The Oduduwa people are in a mess. The Middle Belters are in a mess. Even in the north, the indigenous tribe are in much more mess than you can imagine. In much more mess than you can imagine. But the people who are bold to champion the freedom of every other person is the Biafrans. The Biafran people are fighting from all corners, from all angles. They are fighting tooth and nail. When I say Biafrans, I mean the old southeastern region, the south-south and the southeast and the lower Benue. These people in this area are fighting tooth and nail to see that they are free from the control of Nigeria. And then along the line, every other indigenous tribe will be free. They are championing it. And we will continue. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have laid a very strong foundation of uniting this Biafra land. And today, we are speaking as Biafran people. One family, one blood, one target, which is freedom. We are one people. One people. Biafrans are one people. We are not fighting against anything except against the Fulani Caliphate. The common enemy of that very country of Nigeria, the common enemy is the Fulani Caliphate. The common enemy, that is the enemy. It is the Fulanis that are controlling every terrorist organization you can think of in that country of Nigeria. Every terrorist organization, including the northern part of Nigeria. The indigenous tribe in the north are not free. They are not safe. Every terrorist group is being controlled by the Fulanis. And they are the one killing. They are the one killing people in southern Kaduna. They are the one who are planning and trying by all means to wipe away all the Christians in southern Kaduna. Some villages have been renamed, taken over, with the support of the Asorock, and they are not doing anything about it. They are the one who have killed in Benue State, and Benue State have lost tears. They are the same people who are killing in the Ebonyi State, the same people killed in Enugu State, the same people killed in Southwest. They killed our Oduduwa brothers, and some of our Oduduwa brothers are now in the Republic as refugees. The same Fulani Janjaweed, they are the same people. When you talk about, if you talk about the bandits, they are the bandits. Talk about the Boko Haram, they are the Boko Haram. Talk about anything you can talk about that has to do with insecurity, they are the one. Today, they are still the same people who are in Biafra land killing people. They are still the same unknown gunmen you are hearing about. They are still the Janjaweed. You had your non-gunmen that when they came to kidnap Uchemosu, who is one of them, when they came to kidnap Uchemosu confessed that they were speaking Hausa. Would they be Igbo and they will be speaking Hausa? They were speaking Hausa. What does that tell you? That the Janjaweed are in control. They are the terrorists you see everywhere. Members of Boko Haram giving uniform. When they saw that Boko Haram cannot penetrate the southern part of Nigeria themselves, more especially the southeast, they cannot penetrate Biafra land. They can't. There's no way to penetrate Biafra land. What did they do? The Asorock went and gave them uniform. They gave them uniform to push them into Biafra land. And today, every destruction in Biafra land, they are the one causing it. They are the one causing the mayhem in Biafra land today. They are the one causing the destruction and the killing you are seeing in Biafra land, and no other one else. No other one else. The single enemy is the Fulani Janjaweed, no other person. I am not telling you there are not criminals. There are criminals everywhere. When you talk of criminality, there are ordinary criminals everywhere. There are criminals in Igbo land, there are criminals in Delta State, there are criminals in Ijaw land, there are criminals in every other place. There are criminals in Oduduwa land. But when we talk about terrorism, the terrorists we talk about, the terrorism that are killing people in masses, kidnapping in masses, they are Fulanis and they are in the north. Not in Biafra land. Biafra land remains the most peaceful part of that country called Nigeria. Up to today, they are the most peaceful part. But that is where you see them sending their military to go and kill innocent people. That is where they are still sending people to go and kill innocent people. I told you, it's high time we have to wake up. As our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is preparing to go to court, share this video to all platforms. Share it to family and friends. Any platform you belong to, share the video. Share it, let them hear. Our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to court on 18, 19, and 20. As he's going to court, we have to start to prepare early. The Janjaweed have started their blackmail. They have started their blackmail using their media. Already, Vanguard and the Sahara Reporter have killed him. People that were killed. Criminal who went to invade the home of a traditional ruler, they said it's an ESM member, a dead person. How did you know? They are telling us that people are no longer in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are trying by all means possible to make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu irrelevant. You see why I say do not listen to a politician. Don't go to dialogue with any politician. No sensible person, nobody in his right senses will be going for dialogue with any politician. No sensible person who call him or herself a freedom fighter will go to dialogue with a politician. You don't do that. You don't do that, no matter what. Because they are criminals. They are liars. They will never keep to their word. Today, you see that mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a bigger threat to them. Is a threat to them. They know that mazi Nnamdi Kanu have a followership in Biafra land, the whole of Biafra land. 90% of people in Biafra land, 95% of people in Biafra land are following mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are in support, even secretly and openly. But today, they are trying to make mazi Nnamdi Kanu irrelevant. Are you going to allow that? Are you going to allow them to make mazi Nnamdi Kanu irrelevant in Biafra land? Will you allow that? It is you and I that will make mazi Nnamdi Kanu relevant, not the leadership of IPOB, not anybody, not any name. It is you and I that will make mazi Nnamdi Kanu relevant, because people who are supposed to speak are not speaking. People who are supposed to do something have refused to do it. You and I, the ordinary people, it is we that will make mazi Nnamdi Kanu relevant. How are we going to do it? The way to do it is there. It's clear. It's clear, very clear. Massive civil disobedience. Massive, as mazi Nnamdi Kanu is preparing to go to court on the 18th, 19th, and 20th. This is the time we have to activate the civil disobedience that have never been seen before. We have to activate it. It is now or never. If you want mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be free, this is the time to embark on civil disobedience in Biafra land. The Attorney General of the Federation, who is in charge of law in Nigeria, have already given us the expo. He said that before they can be able to consider releasing mazi Nnamdi Kanu to political solution, that they will weigh, they will check and balance, they are going to weigh it. They will see the reaction of the people. They will see the reaction of the people in Biafra land. And you see, as mazi Nnamdi Kanu is preparing to go to court, they are now trying to play down the reaction using their media. They are now telling us that people are no longer sitting at home. They are telling us that people are no longer protesting. They are telling us that people don't care about mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is a blatant lie. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still enjoys heavy and massive support in Biafra land. But they want to play it low. They want to debunk it. They want to push out that false narrative. Are you going to allow it? We cannot allow it. And how are we going to make sure that the world continues to hear our voice? It is by you yourself adding your own voice, sharing the video to all platforms, speaking to your people in Nigeria to tell them to embark on sit at home on Monday, sit at home on Sunday, hold back their revenue that they are paying to local government, federal government, state government, hold back those revenue, economic sanction to that country called Nigeria. These are the way the world will notice, and the Janjaweed themselves will know that we are not for a joke. This is what they will see. They will check it and balance. They will see that it is much more expensive to keep mazi Nnamdi Kanu in captivity than to leave him outside. And what they have no choice than to release him. They will have no choice than to release him. That is why you have to know that the freedom of mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in your hand, is in my hand, not in the hand of anybody, not even in the hand of the lawyers, not in the hand of the DOS, not in the hand of elite leadership. The freedom of mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in your hand and in my own hand. When we embark on a massive civil disobedience, if we embark on a massive civil disobedience in Biafra land, not outside, in Biafra land, in that country called Nigeria, it is when that time comes, when you begin to embark, when they begin to feel the pain, just like they felt the pain when we are embarking on sit at home. When the sit at home was raining, when the sit at home was booming, you saw them crying. If anybody is telling you that what we are doing doesn't affect the federal government, that person is an idiot. That person is clueless. That person is an agent. Every sit at home in Biafra land is affecting Asorock. It's affecting the Janjaweed. That is why during the time when we are having our Monday sit at home, when it was intensifying, you saw them crying. They were running to Abuja every day. You saw them, even their media, they couldn't run away from it. Media was forced to be reporting sit at home. Media, Nigerian media was forced to be reporting sit at home. They were forced. We didn't beg them. They were forced. You saw even BBC was reporting sit at home as it goes. That is what is supposed to happen as I speak now. As mazi Nnamdi Kanu is preparing to go to court, they are supposed to be, we are supposed to force them again. We are supposed to force them by our action, by massive sit at home. We are supposed to force. We don't beg them. We don't. When we sit at home in a massive way, the way we did it before, when we begin to do it, we will begin to do it at an economical sanction. You will see them. You will see they will begin to report it. They will begin to report it by force. We don't beg them. We have done it before. This is how mazi Nnamdi Kanu can be freed. No other way. There is no other shortcut you will use to free mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No. The lawyers are doing their part. The lawyers are doing their part. Before anything that the lawyers are doing will have effect, it is what you and I do. The Attorney General of the First Nation has come, they'll give you the expo. He said it. I still have the record. I don't know if I still have the video. I'll play the video for you to see. He said it, that it is when they weigh, when they check and balance and see the effect before they can be able to know what to do. Let me check if I have the video. I will play the video for you again, for you to see. The expo has been given. The expo have been given. So it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how you pretend. The only thing that can free mazi Nnamdi Kanu is what you and I are doing. Let me see if this is the video.
Some leaders in the Southeast met with President Buhari at a villa, and some of the question as to whether or not Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, might be accorded some kind of amnesty or might be pardoned in the case that was taken to court. Is your office thinking in that regard? Have you spoken to the president of the possibility?
Well, pardon is a function of conviction in the Nigerian context, and as far as I know, Nnamdi Kanu has not been convicted yet. So the idea of pardoning him is premature. Again, the background of the fact that he has not yet been, trials associated with him have not been concluded. But one thing that I can tell you clearly, that he is studying trial, and the trials continue as at today.
So there is no possibility of a political or out-of-court solution?
I am not ruling out any possibility, but that is not immediately on table.
Is it possible?
I cannot tell you with precision.
Do you think that could be a solution to douse the tension in the region?
I have not assessed the security implication of that in terms of being a solution or a problem.
You are a humanist in some sense, because law also has some level of humanity. Is it something you as a person in your own office and your own authority could consider to douse the tension in that region? As
a human, and indeed the Attorney General of the Federation, my reasoning, my thinking and my thoughts are regulated by the public interest. So it is the public interest that will regulate, that will guide, and that will influence my decision one way or the other as to the possibility of accommodating the out-of-court settlement or otherwise. But certainly, one thing I can tell you clearly, the issue of perhaps pardon or perhaps associated settlement is not right on table. It's a bridge that I always enjoy crossing when I get to it. I have unfortunately not got it.
Will you be willing to cross it?
Well, it depends on how deep I find the waters at the bottom when I get to the bridge.
All right, finally, and just quickly too, you've talked about terror, those who are funding terror. Up to now, we've not heard anything about them. Who are these people? Why is the government reluctant in naming these people?
Did you hear him? Did you hear the Attorney General of the Federation? He said he will check the interests of the people. You heard him right. The Attorney General said the only thing that will make mazi Nnamdi Kanu to get political solution of release is when they check and balance it, the way the affair of the people. They will weigh and check the interest of the people. They will check the interest. What is the weight of the interest? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is preparing to come to court on the 18th, 19th, and 20th. And they have started pushing propaganda that people are no longer following him. They are trying to make mazi Nnamdi Kanu irrelevant. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? You that you call yourself a Biafran, don't you know that it is the right time for you now to begin to intensify whatever you are doing to make sure that the interest is higher on your own side? Don't you think that it is the right time for us to intensify anything we are doing to make sure that they know that the collective interest of the Biafran people is much, much higher than whatever they can talk about? The Attorney General Federation, what the president just spoke, gave you an expo. That it is when they check and balance it, when they weigh it, when they weigh and see the interest of the people, when they check and see your feeling, how you react to it, when they see your reaction, they see what you are doing, they see how you react to the issue, that is when they will begin to consider political solution for mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to court on 18, 19, and 20. They started propaganda and you are sleeping. You call yourself a follower of mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You call yourself a messenger of mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You call yourself a believer in mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You are sleeping. You are not doing anything. This is the time we have to begin to act more than ever. This is the time we have to activate A civil disobedience that have never been seen before in Biafra land. It is high time we activate it. And let me tell you, the freedom of mazi Nnamdi Kanu lies in your hand. It lies in my hand. What we do, what we say, we make mazi Nnamdi Kanu be released. We cannot allow this propaganda they are starting now to move on. I told you that in 2022, that there will be more propaganda. There will be more deceit. There will be more attack. They will recruit more people. Even your own brother will stand against you. The people you trust will betray you. Your own father might even come against you. But if you are mentally strong and know the person you are following, knowing fully well that the man we are following is our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is whiter than white and whiter than snow, you will remain where you are and will be victorious. If you are strong and mentally okay, you will be one of those 100 men that we're looking for, and Biafra will definitely come. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will join us and we will go and bring Biafra, definitely. This is the time for us to prepare. The Janjaweed have started early. I say it and say it again. They are not waiting for you. You that is sleeping, you are lying down and sleeping. They are not sleeping. They have started. What are you doing? And I have to tell you, don't wait for anybody to fight for you. If you're one of those who is waiting for somebody who is going to come from another planet to fight, you are wasting your time. Nobody is going to fight for you. Don't wait for UK. Don't wait for US. Don't wait for any foreign country to fight for you. It is you and I that we fight and release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you think that UK is going to fight for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you're wasting your time. You are wasting your garden time. These people are in this game together. In the past, they have done it to so many people. Remember an Australian citizen who was being held captive in the Ecuador embassy for a very long time. After one said then, he is a citizen of Australia. Did they fight for him? They never fought for him up to date. These people are needed, these world powers are needed together. And more especially when it has to do with Africa. When it has to do an African, we have to fight and get our freedom. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the right cause. And the fight of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a fight that is going to liberate every African country. It's going to liberate every African from the slavery of the slave masters. That is why they will never do anything to support the deeds of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They won't. They will not do anything to support the deeds of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because the struggle that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting is against their will. It's against what they stand for. That is why you see, after all these countries that are talking about injustice, talking about human rights, all these countries preaching about human rights, United States and US, talking about so much noise about human rights. They make a lot of noise about human rights, but today, a man was kidnapped from Kenya. A man, innocent man, was kidnapped in Kenya. He did not enter Kenya illegally. He did not enter Kenya without stamping in. He did not commit any crime in Kenya. He never committed any crime in UK. But they went and kidnapped him. They kidnapped him and tortured him for good 8 days. After torturing him for 8 days, they sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition. UK, that is supposed to be their citizen, they are not speaking. Up to today, they are still silent. Even when they had a debate, in their house, they never spoke about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Doesn't that ring a bell to you? Doesn't that tell you that it is you and I that will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and nobody? The earlier you begin to wake up and begin to fight for that which is right, the better. The Biafrans are championing the freedom of every black race in the world through Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Biafrans are fighting, and you can never stop us. We cannot stop. It is not yet time to. It is not time to stop. We will fight even more. We will fight even more to free every African nation, every African. That very poison that rejected in our brain, that is making us to be useless. We are going to remove it by force, by fire, by force. That is why I love my Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I will do everything and continue to speak. I will continue to speak until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released unconditionally, because he is an innocent man, a prisoner of conscience. He has not committed any crime anywhere. There has never been any place where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been convicted any time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stayed in UK, preached in UK for many years. He has never been invited by police one day. At least they have conscience. They know that he's saying the truth. Everything he's saying, they are not propaganda. There are evidence to prove whatever he's saying. In most cases, he challenged them. But today, that innocent man was kidnapped, and nobody's making a case for him. But for those of us who are Biafrans, we cannot be silent like every other person. We will fight for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by all means possible. With every breath we have, we will fight until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released unconditionally. And if you think that the fight we are fighting is a joke, it is not a joke. It is much more serious than you know. And I'm going to play for you a video. This video I'm going to play is going to show you what we are fighting. That the fight that we are fighting, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it in one of his broadcasts, that we are not just fighting against the Janjaweed, that we are fighting against the world powers, the powers that be, the richest people you can think of, people who are wealthy, who are connected. Those are the people we are fighting for. We are fighting against. Those are the people we are fighting against, and the fight is not an easy one. So if you are waiting for that same people we are fighting against to come and fight for you, you are wasting your current time. That is why we have to continue to debunk every line they are pushing against ESN, against IPOB, against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on daily basis until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being freed unconditionally. And to put the record straight, I'm going to play a video for you from one of the women who has been speaking up, a woman who has been making broadcasts, speaking up in different platforms, telling people of the evil in this world and reason why we have to wake up. I want to share the video. Please listen to this video very carefully. And when you are listening to this video, add it, try to compare it to what we are facing in that country called Nigeria, what is going on in Nigeria, the root of it. Because the Janjaweed have sold their soul to the evil. They have given themselves as a willing tool for the colonial master. They gave themselves as a willing tool to the colonial master, and they are now playing the role of the colonial master, making sure that they put everybody down and will remain slaves. Watch this video carefully from beginning to end. You will learn a lesson, and it will help you to continue to go forward on the struggle.
We need formula. There are going to be sleepless nights. This baby is going to cry. This baby is going to throw tantrums. We need to be ready to take care of this. Our people must know. Our people must know the truth and nothing but the truth. France remains as a member of the UN Security Council, and yet France today remains one of the biggest perpetrators of human rights violations in Africa. And everybody is giving it, the world is giving it a blind eye. United Nations, it is a body that's supposed to be the watchdog for human rights violations. France remains the biggest risk to peace and security in Africa today, and nobody is talking about it. France did something absolutely deplorable. Made the former colonies, because they still are colonized, sign a document which they called the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization. Dig this. On one hand, we're giving you your independence, but on the other hand, sign this document that you are agreeing to continue to be colonized. So two countries said, no way, Jose, we ain't doing this. Guinea and Mali. The French could not understand it. How could an African country dare not want to be affiliated with France? So in their anger, history tells us that they went into those two countries, took everything that they thought they had brought, proceeded to pour concrete into the sewage pipes, completely devastating the two economies. This was also done as a way of letting the other countries know that should you refuse to sign this document, this is the fate that awaits you. So the rest of the countries signed the pact for the continuation of colonization remains in place. What is special about this? The Pact for the Continuation of Colonization said, 1, you shall deposit 85% of your bank reserves with the French Central Bank under the control of the French Minister of Finance. The French government will take all your monies, collectively invest your monies in the French stock market under the French name. And you don't have to know what the returns are. Should you wish to access some of your money, keep in mind that countries are now left with only 15% of their reserves. You have to submit your country's financial report, and if approved, you get to access up to 20% of your deposits from the previous year as a loan at commercial interest rates. I'm going to repeat that. Should you want to access some of your own money, you have to submit your own country's financial report. And if approved, you get it as a loan at commercial interest rate. So you go from having a humongous credit with France to now owing France for borrowing your own money, a loan that you'll never be able to finish paying. They also said, all your minerals discovered and yet to be discovered, French companies have the first right of refusal. You go to those countries today, all major contracts, French companies have the first right of refusal. The water supply, the power supply, the mining fixtures, the oil rigs, roads construction, airports, French companies have the first right of refusal. If anything is left, the people in your country may get it. They also said, your military can only be trained by France. You can only purchase military equipment from France. France shall have military presence in your country and can invade your country without notice if France feels that her interests in your country are being violated. In the past many years, we've had 67 coups in Africa out of 26 countries. Of the 26 countries, the coups, 16 coups, 16 countries were former French colonies. To date, 22 African leaders were assassinated during a coup, documented all of them. France was behind it, simply because France felt they were quote-unquote threatening French interests. Countries are still depositing their funds to France, do's and don'ts as stipulated by the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization. You have given up your financial resources. You have given up control of your natural resources. You have given up your military. What power do you have? Today, because of the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization, France alone, that little bitty country, is taking out of Africa over $500 billion. Over $500 billion. And by the time they finish investing that money into the French stock market, they're realizing trillions of dollars in any given year. Park that. The watchdogs for corruption are saying out of Africa, 50 billion gets out of the continent from corruption. The question I have is, why has it been so difficult for us as Africans to say enough is enough? How long are we going to keep watching this carnage go on and we say nothing? It goes back to the mind. It goes back to that fear. It goes back to that sense of inferiority. And I go back to the diagnosis I made when I went to Washington. That until we black people understand that we are suffering from the legacy of colonization.
You heard it and heard her right. I want you, as you're watching this video, continue to translate whatever is happening to Britain. Exactly what this woman is explaining is what is happening in Nigeria. Britain is doing the same thing through the Janjaweed against Nigeria. Britain is doing the same thing against Nigeria. And people are not taking note. Out of fear. It is only the Biafran people who have risen up. Only Biafran people who have risen up. It is only Biafra. That is why they want to keep Mazi. When you are talking about the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu, it is not going to come cheap. Until we continue to protest on civil disobedience, a massive civil disobedience that had never been seen before. until we continue to embark on that, it is not going to be easy. Until we continue to embark on that, it is not going to be easy. That is why I'm playing this video. I will play the other version of it. Watch it carefully. This is exactly what's happening. And it is only the Biafran people that are bold. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, leading the charge, have woken up every other tribe to be bold, to begin to demand for their self-determination, for us to run our own affairs. For us to run our own affairs. And if Biafrans succeed, every African nation will be free and they will succeed also. That is why we must not allow the Janjaweed to continue to play the role of the British against us. We won't allow that. You see why we have to break up from this contract called Nigeria? The British company that they established. This is why we have to break away from this British company. Let us watch more on the next version of it.
We need formula. There are going to be sleepless nights. This baby is going to cry. This baby is going to throw tantrums. We need to be ready to take care of this baby. Africa is on the move. The question is, are the children of Africa ready to step up and take what is rightfully yours? You got to understand, around the globe, as black people, the reason we are so disrespected is because we're poor. Most of us don't own anything. Singularly, while we were given our independence, the one thing that was denied from us is economic liberation. The African heads of states are saying African wealth belongs to the African children. The African Union defines African diaspora as all people of African descent living outside Africa. The colonizers have been building the Africa that they want. The game is up. You see, you don't go to China and find black people driving the Chinese development agenda. You don't go to Europe. You don't go to Mexico, India, and find black people driving those regions' development agenda. The reality is, you must not, cannot, should not, and golly, will not go to Africa and find non-Africans driving the African continental development agenda. Unless, of course, you, the children of Africa, the inheritors of Africa's wealth, choose to vacate that place that has your name. The choice is yours. The environment is ready. And so, I'm on a mission to see to it that we, people of African descent, truly understand our Africa. Truly realize that we have been lied to, but that we're smart enough to know better. That we have been sleeping, that it's time to wake up. You see, a united African diaspora is a sleeping giant. It is the sleeping giant that is needed to bring the sustainable change that Africa desires. Bigger corruption in Africa is coming from outside. Try flying low over the DRC. You're going to see tarmacs in the middle of the jungle. You're going to see 747s flying into the DRC, picking up minerals and flying right outside the country. Do you think those multinationals are going to want to see peace in the DRC? Do you think they're going to want to see peace in South Sudan? No. A stable Africa is an Africa that cannot be exploited. So they will see to it that there will never be peace in Africa by any means necessary, unless you come to the table and do something about it. For a continent that doesn't have a single gun manufacturing company, we simply have endless supply of guns. How? How is this okay that Africa continues to be exploited? How is it okay that the world has watched as France is taking cold, hard cash out of Africa? How is this okay? I want to know. United Nations, answer that. Secretary General Guterres, answer that. When you all meet every year in New York, what are you talking about? That is our reality. No more shall we continue to be ignorant. Our eyes are open. We know our Africa. We are going to reconnect with our roots. African Americans, you must understand there is a void that is deep in each and everyone's subconscious. It is a void that affects everything you do. First, you must understand you have that void. In this country, with the exception of the American Indians, everybody is a foreigner. And everybody has their roots outside the United States. And the rest of the races are connected to their roots, with the exception of the African Americans. You're too busy running away from your roots. You're busy denying who you are. Well, guess what? It is what it is. You are an African. And Africa is home. And the sooner you wake up and realize and accept that Africa is home, the sooner you're going to fill that void. For as long as that voice is in you, you're always going to be like a ship without an anchor. The wind blows this way, here you go. The wind blows the other way, here we go. Find your base. Go home. Africa is where you belong. And Africa is where your roots are. Thank you.
We stand alongside you and we support your mission and your fight.
Thank you so much for joining us. You've watched. Please share the video to all platforms wherever you are. Share the video. Continue to share. Continue to share the video. You see, after watching this very video, I played this very video for you to understand what is actually going on. That was why I played that video. I played that video for you to understand what is actually going on. And for you to know that we are on the right path. When you see Biafrans shouting and crying and fighting for their freedom, Biafrans are on the right path. They are on the right path. They are on the right path. But the war we are fighting is not an easy war. It's not an easy one. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said it also, that the people we are against are not ordinary people. They are the richest people you can think of the world. The world powers are the people we are against. And they are the ones using the Fulani Caliphate, using the Fulani Janjaweed to put us down. This is why you don't have to wait and expect UK or US to come and free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is you and I that will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Only you and I will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What we do, what we say, is what we're going to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nothing else. What you do, what you say is what we're going to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why we have to put every hand on deck. Nobody. You see if you listen very well to that woman, you see the kind of crime an international community is committing, the kind of crime that France is committing, the kind of crime France is committing against Africans, yet they are members of United Nations. They are permanent member in United Nations. They speak about what is happening, and nobody is talking about the crime. You see the kind of evil they are doing. Nobody is talking about it. Nobody is complaining about it. This is why you don't have to wait for them to come and release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Don't wait. As Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is preparing to go to court on the 18th, 19th, and 20th, it is high time we continue and start a massive civil disobedience that had never been seen before. You and I will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is what you do and what I do. That is what will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is on the right path. If you have listened to that very video, after watching this, you go back and listen to what that woman said properly. You will know that the cry that woman is crying for Africans in diaspora to wake up. That is exactly the challenge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have taken. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have woken up. He didn't wake up alone. He woke up every single living being called a Biafran. Not only Biafran, he woke up the Oduduwa people. He woke up the Middle Belt. Every indigenous tribe in Nigeria was woken up by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the call that woman was making. For Biafrans for Africans in diaspora to wake up and retrieve their land. And Biafrans, we are taking that charge to be the first people to recover our land, retrieve our land. Then every other person will follow suit and have their independence. We cannot continue in this slavery. We have to embark on a massive civil disobedience that has never been seen before. That is what will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Any other person that is trying to discourage you is somebody who he doesn't mean well for you. It doesn't mean well. It doesn't mean well. I have played the video of Attorney General of the Federation. You heard the Attorney General of the Federation said by himself that they will weigh the situation of things. That it is when they weigh it, when they check and balance and see the effect before they will give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu political solution discussion to free him. What are they going to decide? They are going to check and see how the people react. The reaction, your own reaction, the way you react to the arrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is what is going to make them to implement the issue of political solution. Attorney General of the Federation said it by himself. I have just played the video. It is what you do. Your reaction is what is going to make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be released. That is why, as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is preparing to go to court on 18th, 19th, and 20th, we have to start now to react. The Janjaweed have started already. They have started already pushing their propaganda through their media. They are pushing their propaganda through their media. You see Sahara Reporter and Vanguard pushing a lie against ESN, against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Pushing a lie. It is high time we wake up and begin to debunk all those lies. Wake up, use your platform. Share this video to all platforms. Share it to family and friends. Share it to everybody. Let them get it. Continue to share until people hear it. You never know who the video will come across. Who will come across the video. Share it, let people hear. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an innocent man who was kidnapped from Kenya and renditioned to Nigeria. And he is facing torture up till now. He has not committed any crime. No court in the world have committed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at any point in time. And no police have invited him any part of the world except the government of Nigeria. They tried to kill him. He escaped for his life. And they went and kidnapped him from Kenya and renditioned him to Nigeria. And he's going to court. It is what you do, your reaction. The Attorney General of the Federation said, your reaction will make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be free. That is why we have to begin to campaign and impact on a massive civil disobedience. Sit at home on Sunday and on Monday. If we can add other days, let us add. And again, economic sanction on the Biafran land in their government. The local government, the state government, and federal government. Any revenue you are paying to them, stop paying it. Hold it back. It will be important for you. Hold it back. This is how they will know that it is more costly to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu inside than outside. When they check it and see that it is much more expensive to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu inside, they have no choice than to release him. They will be the one inviting us for political solution. We are not the one to beg them. How are you going to do it? You are going to do it by activating a massive civil disobedience that I have never even seen before. And for those who think the Nigeria is for them, you are wasting your garden time. I am telling you that the Janjaweed are in control everywhere. They have planted their stooge everywhere. Your state governors, your ministers, your representative, your House of Assemblymen, they are all working for the Janjaweed. They are all working for, none of them have a say. Even the state governor don't have a say. If you think a state governor have a say, I am going to play for you a video. You saw the video that is trending on social media of what is happening in Magodo, in Lagos State, in an estate where somebody who claims to have won a case is trying to take a land, property of people, claim a property. The case is between the person and the state government. And the person have come to enforce it to take over the property of people. When this man have come to enforce this very thing to take over the property of people, the state governor had information and state governor came to confront him. Do you know that the state governor could not be able to tell the police to go back to their barracks? They brought police, good number of police, to destroy citizens of Lagos State in their home without the knowledge of the state governor. And even when the state governor came to tell them to go, they refused. They disobeyed the state governor. And they say they are obeying the Attorney General of the Federation and the Inspector General of Police. That are the people that send them against a Chief Security Officer of the state. Chief Security Officer of the state, Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu. I am going to play the video for you. Listen very carefully. Watch the drama very carefully. It's a drama. It's a drama. After watching this drama, then you belt up yourself. If you have not started fighting to get out of Nigeria, you begin to fight. If you have not started crying to get out of Nigeria, you begin to cry. If you have not started speaking up, begin to speak up. Watch this video carefully from beginning to end. Then you will understand the mess you are in.
Can you call your superior in Abuja and tell them that the governor is here and I'm the chief security officer and that you don't have any business being in my state right now and that I want you to disengage forthwith from here?
Thank you very much, sir. Your Excellency, sir. I'm not here on my own orders.
That's why I'm asking you to make a phone call and tell them, your superior, that I'm here standing in front of you. Make that phone call.
Thank you, sir. I'm here on instruction of the Inspector General of Police to the AGF, sir. And that is why I'm here. I'm too small or too low to call them. Your Excellency, sir, with due respect, sir, you can call them directly, sir. so that they will ask us to
superior?
leave the place.
So Inspector General of Police asked you to come.
I'm here on instruction of Inspector General of Police to the AGF, Attorney General of Defense.
I have spoken to the Attorney General at this moment,
okay.
so he's not aware that you are here.
Well, we are expecting the call that we should disengage.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Yes, sir.
Because when I make the phone call, it will be tougher. If you can call and say that the governor is here in front of you, what should you do?
It is not my duty to call because I'm too low to do that, sir.
Okay.
If you call...
So where are your men?
My men are here. They are all over the estate, sir.
How many men do you have here?
I have several of them, sir.
No, what number?
I cannot precisely tell you the number.
So
now,
even
sir.
if anything happens to your men, you don't even know the number of men.
I know the number of my men I have here.
So what is the number?
We sought for some other people to join us now.
What is the number that you have here?
I'm sorry, sir, Your Excellency.
So you cannot even do an head count
for
of the number you
For the
brought?
security purpose, I cannot say this is the figure, sir.
So you don't know the number of men?
I
that you
know
have
the
brought?
number, but for security purpose, I cannot say this is the figure, sir.
So you know I'm the one talking to you?
Yes,
you
sir.
You're an assistant, what is you?
I'm a chief superintendent of police.
Oh, CSP?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So pressmen, don't worry. I'll make 2 phone calls, right? One to the Inspector General of Police and one to the Attorney General of Police, Attorney Inspector of the Federation. I have spoken with him this morning and says he knows nothing about the fact that they are still here. Very illegal operation. They have absolutely nothing, and I'm the Chief Security of the state. Not even with the Inspector General wrote me, and before I said Jack Robinson, his men are here. They are not from the Lagos State Police Command, like you have said, right? They are not from Lagos State Police Command. It says it's coming from Abuja, and I don't know what other interest do they have beyond just keeping peace of the country. This is not an expectation that I will expect for them to keep peace, because they don't have any business here at all. The case is between the state government, and I'm this governor standing in front of you, not with my residents. These are my residents that have been properly. They do not have anything against them.
Your Excellency, there is a particular letter. There's a letter submitted to your office, and I have the copy here.
You have said,
and the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State Command.
I have since written back to your Inspector General of Police. The same letter you are talking
about. Yes, I have the copy.
I have since written back. If your boss hasn't given you, I have since written back to him on that letter you have
Thank you, sir.
So you have one leg, you don't have the other leg. And that's why I'm asking you how many men you have it. You say you don't know.
I know the number. But for security purpose, I will not say it.
And I'm asking
Thank you, sir.
And I'm asking you that you should make a phone call. You refuse to make a phone call. I will make the phone call, right? And I'm sure they'll give you the order.
Thank you, sir.
Why I'm asking you to know your men is that I want to be sure that every man you brought into this estate, you can account for and you can take them out of this place before we have a complete breakdown of law and order. And you'll be taken responsible for it.
Thank you, sir.
Full responsibility, you'll be taken for it.
Thank you, sir.
Gentlemen, give me 5 minutes. I'll make those 2 phone calls.
Did you see that? That was a governor of Lagos State in the contraption called Nigeria. Governor of Lagos State, who is supposed to be the chief security of the state, he is the one facing the police, begging for the police to go back from where they're coming from. An illegal police. Illegal police who came from nowhere. The chief security of the state doesn't know where they came from. And they came to invade Magodo. They came to invade an area. Even the chief security of the state, the governor, could not do anything. You see him after talking, he said he wants to go and call their superior. That is how decayed Nigeria is. A lawless country. A lawless country where somebody can just go and gather people and call them police, give them uniform, and take an action. You saw it. You saw how difficult it is. You see how difficult it is for a state governor, a sitting state governor, the chief security of a state, to encounter, to talk to policemen. You see how difficult it is for him to be able to secure his own people from the criminal police, illegal police. The illegal police is standing face to face to a governor, challenging him. That is the country you call your own. That is the country you are hoping to vote in 2023. That is the country. Those of you who call yourself one Nigerianists, those of you who call yourself one Nigeria, who are still talking about one Nigeria, those of you from Biafra land, from Ududua land, from Middle Belt, from other individual tribes that are still talking about one Nigeria, that is a governor. You see how a governor is begging on behalf of the chief security of the state, criminal fake police that have come to invade the place. The governor cannot even order for their arrest. The governor cannot even tell them to move out. They refuse. They are waiting for order from Abuja. That is what, when I tell you that there is nobody in control, the only people who are in control in that country of Nigeria are the Fulani Janjaweed. The Fulani Janjaweed are in control. And when you see that man who came on national television to tell you that the imposters, the criminals are in Asorock, you have Boko Haram in Asorock, you have Boko Haram in the House of Assembly, you have Boko Haram as governors, you have Boko Haram everywhere in presidency. This is the confirmation of it. This is the confirmation of it. You see, a sitting governor, this thing just happened day before yesterday. A sitting governor could not be able to secure his people from fake police. He is even begging. When we say Nigeria is a failed state, you see the pointers. These are things to show you that Nigeria is a failed state. And the earlier you begin to wake up and begin to ask for your own nation, the better. Before I end this broadcast, I am going to play a video. This video is a word of advice to the saboteurs. Every single person that is sabotaging the struggle for Biafra. Every single Biafran that is superheading the killing of his own fellow Biafran. Every single Biafran, even Biafran who is serving in the Janjaweed government, every Biafran that is serving in the Janjaweed government, killing his own people. Any single person, no matter your tribe, you are from the southern part of Nigeria and you are joining these killers to kill your own people. This video is for you. If you are a saboteur, this video is you. All of you that are making sure that mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not released, those of you who, instead of joining the civil disobedience, they are discouraging civil disobedience. Instead, they are telling us of events that is going to make people to be killed. You are unveiling events that you know that we expose people to danger. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us of civil disobedience. Civil disobedience, you will stay in your home on Sunday and on Monday. Nobody's coming to kill you. To let the world know that you are in support of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and you want his release unconditionally. This is all we ask. Instead of supporting it, you are not supporting it. You are demonizing it. You are saying all manner of evil, trying to distract people. Instead of looking for a means to secure the people, you are trying to be an informant. Informant against your people, including calling the name of members of ESN in Radio Biafra. Including handing over Biafra people to Janjaweed to go kill. This video is for you. I want you to watch this video and share this video. Let it get to everybody. Share the video, get to everybody. This very video I'm about to play now is for you. It goes to mainly if you are a serviceman, you are a Biafra man, you are from Biafra land, you are serving in the police, you are serving in the army, and you join them and kill your own people. You are an informant. You are given an information against your own people to be killed. Give your own. This video is for you. Wait for your own turn. Watch this video carefully from beginning to end before we end the broadcast.
I wish each and everyone here Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. I'm at a very important place, as you can see. A very important place. When you are coming in here, it is written at the entrance that we were once like you. And when you are going out, it says you will soon be like us. You will soon be like us. No one prays to be here. It is nobody's wish to ever be here. But the Bible says in Hebrews chapter 9 verse 27, it says it's appointed unto man to die once, and after that, judgment. And after that, judgment. I'm not here to scare anybody or to cause fear and panic. But I just want you to know that these people you see here, these great ones you see here, they had plans. They had unfinished businesses. And in here are great profile personnel. We have lawyers, we have teachers, we have nurses, we have bankers, we have soldiers, we have policemen, we have cocoa sellers, we have the kayayis. All of them are here. In here you see are the great, the small, the big, and all sort of people. The surprising thing is that if you watch the graves, you will see that each of them came here with different ages. Some are 10, some are 30, 35, 40, 50, as you can see. When you watch the graves, you see 90, 100, and so on. Each and every blessed Saturday, people are always busy here. Here is always busy. They troop in with the young, the aged, the youth, and all sorts of people. So when you come here on weekends, it's always busy. So my brother and sister, I don't think it's a good idea for you to bring someone here. Don't let, because of you, someone should be brought here. Don't be the cause of someone being here, because one day, and someday, you will eventually join them. Don't be the cause of someone's death. Don't be the cause why people come here. Most of the people that are here, some came here through accident, car accidents. Some came here through food poisoning. Some came here through suicide. Some people came here through sickness. Others came here because they trusted someone too much. That led them here. So in here are people's fathers, someone's mother, someone's cousin, someone's sister, someone's brother, someone's husband, someone's wife. Yes, as you can see, all of them had properties. In here were great people who had properties. They had cars, they had houses, they acquired degrees, but as you can see, you can't see any car parked anywhere. There's no any degree lying on their graves. I can't see any house by them. So, as we enter into the new year, I just want us to meditate that out of your busy schedules, make time, come sit here and then meditate. Think about life and re-straighten your life. Put your life on the right track. In as much as we struggle to succeed in life, we strive to make it in life, make sure that you are genuine in your dealings with everything you do. Because all we fight for, all we struggle for, at the end of the day, it ends here. It all ends here. It ends here. So when you are struggling to succeed, do it in a genuine way. Be fair in your dealings and consider humanity, humility first in all your dealings. So all you fight for, all you are toiling for, make sure that you do it in a genuine way. Because if you gather and it's not of the Lord, it will surely scatter. And you can't reap where you have not sown. So when you are reaping, you make sure you have sown. And use your work, use your job. Whatever you do, use it to honor God. Do your job as if you are working for God. And so if you are a soldier man, you work as if you are working for God. If you are a policeman, you work as if you are working for God. If you are a banker, you work as if you are working for God. If you are a CEO who employs people, you do it as if you are doing it for God. Because at the end of the day, each and every one shall account. We shall give account. And to whom much is given, much is so expected. Much is expected. So my brothers and sisters, why don't we leave the pride, the arrogance, the enviness, the jealousy, and then help one another? Do your best and help one another and leave the jealousy, because at the end of the day, see them. They are all living under one umbrella. The young, the aged, the small, they are all here. So why the envy? Why the jealousy? Why kill your brother? Why kill your sister because of money? They say money moves the world, but acquire the money in a genuine way. And so to bring my message to an end, I want to advise that you live each and every day as if it's the last, because one day it will be the last. Because one day it will be the last. As we enter into the new year, I pray that God prosper you. May God strengthen you. May God bless you with long life. And may God let all your secret prayers and dreams manifest in the mighty name of Jesus. My name is Jake, the police preacher.
Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you as you have watched. This is going to be the end of the story. You have to meditate over what you have had. I must tell you, each time I come here, I speak the truth and nothing but the truth. I stand for the truth. If you are not truthful, you will always regret if you follow me from beginning to the end. If you're not truthful, each time you watch my program, you will surely regret at the end of it. If you're not a sincere person and you're not a truthful person, if you watch my program from beginning to the end, you will have a regret. You will regret your life, why you did, because the program will continue to haunt you for the rest of your life. If you are not a sincere person, after watching my program, you will never remain the same. It will continue to haunt you until the end of your life. I will stand for the truth and nothing but the truth. I stand for the truth. I stand with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu 101%. He has been truthful from day one up to this minute. And he continues to be truthful. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is whiter than white and whiter than snow. Yes. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is whiter than white and whiter than, that is why I stand with him 101%. He is the only man I can vouch for. He has been proven from all angles that he is innocent and he knows what he's fighting for. I thank everybody who have joined me from the beginning of this broadcast up to this very minute. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to prosper you and guide and protect you. Every hand that have shared this video, everyone that have shared this video, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect you, secure you wherever you go. You will never lose your life in 2022. Every ear that we hear from this video, every eye that will see this video, we survive in 2022. No matter the trial, no matter the temptation, you will never lose your life in 2022. We will all walk into 2022 alive. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every Oduduwa person wherever they are. Everybody who is sincerely fighting for the Oduduwa Republic, Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to protect you and secure you. Anyone sincerely fighting for the freedom of the Middle Belters, Chukwu Okike Abiama will protect you and secure you. Anyone that is fighting for the freedom of the indigenous people, no matter your tribe, no matter your religion, no matter wherever you belong to, Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to guide and protect you. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect Sunday Igboho, secure Sunday Igboho and set him free very soon so that he can join back in the struggle and continue to fight. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect our school Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Wherever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is at this material hour, Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to secure him. Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to minister to him. Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to send doctors spiritually to continue to minister to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. And very soon, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will definitely be free. Everything that have been injected into the body of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, spiritual doctors from heaven will go and minister to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and every evil that have been injected into him will never have effect. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every one of us. Every hand that has shared this video, Chukwu Okike Abiama will prosper you. You will never lack. Everyone that will engage in the civil disobedience sincerely with their own heart, anyone that will engage in the civil disobedience sincerely with their own heart to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and for the community of Biafra, you will never lack. You will never lack. No weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper. You will never lose your life. As many as have walked into 2022 and are watching me now, we will all step into 2023. 2022 will never swallow us. We will finish 2022. We will see the end of 2022. It will never see our end. As many as are sincere watching, except for those who are evil, except for those who have refused to repent or change. For those who have refused to repent or change and continue pursuing lies and evil, pushing propaganda, even when they know that this thing they're doing is wrong. People who are doing it intentionally, selling their own people and causing division. Chukwu Okike Abiama will take you out in 2022. Definitely you will pay with your life and your generation will not be spared. If you are not doing it intentionally, you might be spared if you repent. If you are not doing it intentionally, if you're not fighting against your own people, destroying the struggle, or trying to withhold the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu intentionally, Chukwu Okike Abiama will open your eyes. As soon as you change, you'll be free. But if you refuse to change, you will pay dearly and your generation will pay. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from, and remember blessed. I will see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Thank you and remember blessed.